All right, today we're doing something a little different. We're going to deconstruct a fascinating and, let me tell you, a radically new strategy for building a media franchise right from scratch. Let's get into it.
You know, it's the billion-dollar question in entertainment, right? The media landscape is just packed with sequels, reboots, and these massive established giants. So how on earth does a totally new, independent idea even begin to stand a chance?
Well, we're going to look at a case study that's tackling that exact problem with a really wild approach. It's a sci-fi project called Robojit and the Sand Planet, and they are laying their entire strategy out for the whole world to see. No secrets.
What makes this whole thing so interesting isn't just the story itself, but the meticulous plan behind it. They're calling it the Robojit Playbook, and it's basically, well, it's an open-source blueprint for building an entire universe.
Think about it. Most Hollywood projects are shrouded in secrecy, right? Locked down tight. This one is doing the exact opposite. They're sharing everything. So let's break down the 5 key moves that make this strategy so unique.
So, what's really at the heart of this thing? Let's unpack the 5 big moves.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We've got a transmedia universe built in public, a philosophical hero, some really complex villains, a creator you would not expect, and a fully charted endgame. Let's jump into that first move.
First up, this idea of building a universe that's designed for every screen, right from day one.
The team behind Robojit isn't just thinking about a single movie. No way. They are building a transmedia universe. You know, think about how a Marvel story can live in movies, TV shows, video games, comics. That's the idea here, but it's baked in from the very beginning. And the really radical part? They're building it all out in the open.
And I mean, they're really proving it. You can literally go online right now and find their pitch deck, their investor briefs, even AI-generated concept videos. Now, this transparency isn't just for show. It's a strategic move. It's designed to de-risk the project for potential partners by showing them, hey, look, we have a confident, fully formed vision. But look, a transparent, well-documented universe is nothing without a compelling center, right? And that brings us to their second move, the way they design the hero himself.
This is so smart. Even the hero's name is a piece of the strategy. Robojit. It combines robot with jit, which means victory. See? It's not just some cool-sounding sci-fi name. It embeds the story's entire theme right into its hero, a technological force that is deliberately guided by a clear moral purpose.
But a hero with a moral purpose? Well, they're only as good as the villains they have to face, which brings us to move number 3.
And this, right here, illustrates the depth they're going for. On one side, you have the morally clear Robojit. On the other side, the villains, Donaldo, a ruthless conqueror, and his partner, Zutaru, who is described as a conflicted accomplice. That one detail, conflicted accomplice, that's crucial. It immediately elevates the story beyond a simple good versus evil slugfest and creates this nuanced conflict that just feels so much more real and compelling.
Okay, so we have a transparent universe, we have complex characters, but what's the secret ingredient holding all of this together? Let's look at move number 4.
The project's creator, Rakesh Raman, is not your typical Hollywood screenwriter. Not even close. He's a national award-winning journalist. And that right there is the project's secret weapon.
So you might be thinking, wait, a journalist? For a sci-fi epic? Well, here's why that matters. Because his background is the connecting thread that informs every single strategic move we've talked about so far.
Yeah, let's just pause on that for a second. His background isn't just a fun fact for a trivia night, it is a core feature. It's what gives this entire playbook its power and its credibility.
And here is where it all just clicks into place. That journalistic rigor, that's what leads to a fully charted, thought-out universe. His real-world political insight, that's where you get these complex, nuanced villains. And his thematic discipline, well, that's what gives us a hero with a clear philosophical purpose. It all connects.
And that journalistic rigor leads directly to the 5th and final move, which, from a business standpoint, might just be the most powerful one for actually getting this project made. In a huge, huge move, the project has publicly released its entire 19-chapter outline. This isn't just an idea scribbled on a napkin, it is a complete narrative with a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's the structural spine for any future adaptation, whether that's a film trilogy or a multi-season TV show. This transforms the project into what they call a turnkey universe. Now, if you're a risk-averse studio executive or a showrunner, that is music to your ears. It proves the story isn't going to fall apart in Season 2 because the entire arc is already mapped out and ready to go. So when you put all 5 of these moves together, the transparency, the deep characters, the creator's unique background, and this pre-written endgame, it raises a really big question for the entire industry.
Could this incredibly strategic, pre-packaged, and totally transparent playbook be the new way forward? Is this how you launch the next great sci-fi IP in a world that's already dominated by these giants?
And really, that's the question we're left with. In an industry that has been historically built on secrets and surprises, could this kind of radical transparency actually be the future of world building? It's a fascinating thought, and it's a playbook we are definitely going to be watching very, very closely.